Hey everyone, Gina here with Belly Beads. Here today to bring you a tutorial on, actually it was a request from one of my followers asking me how to actually create these bracelets that I had in one of my last videos. And I was actually speaking about my paper beads, which of course these are paper beads that I create. I also sell the paper strips on my website at bellybeads.com. So I was in the middle of creating these, and then I threw these in, and someone asked how to make this. This is made out of cord and thread. All right, and I hope the camera's at a good angle because there's this contraption I'm using is quite big, but I'll move the camera around so you can see it. All right, so let's get started here. You have macrame cord. This is 3 millimeters. It also comes in other colors if you'd like, but I'll show you what I mean, why I use the natural color. And then we have our thread. This thread is polyester. It comes in an array of different colors, and I'll link everything in the below so you can see where I purchased it from. And it's nice because they give you, it comes into a box and has many colors, which I love. So there's some thread. There's also silk thread. It is quite expensive. I'll show you what it looks like. This is silk thread. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but you can use this as well. And just so you know, there's also embroidery floss. This is what the embroidery floss is on here. I just use that to tie it off. But the silk thread or polyester thread is what I've used on this entire braid here, this bracelet. Then I have, these are end caps. So these are the ones that we would use to cover the ends of the bracelet. And then of course we have our glue. I have Elmer's clear glue. I would probably recommend maybe cement glue or something, but for video purposes, this works for me. And then, of course, you want your scissors, okay? So to get started, I want to show you the two contraptions that I've used. This is how I began this project. Now, this is called a loop-de-loo. It creates the friendship bracelets, and I purchased this off of Amazon. I am not sponsoring this. I do not get paid for saying it. I'm just letting you know this is where it all began. All right, and this board that I have it on, I had someone make it for me because while I was turning this, it was all over the place. It was quite a mess. So I had someone put a board on it and just went inside here. And so now when I place it on my table, it doesn't go anywhere. So this is where it all began. Okay, so that's the loop-de-loo. You can start off with that if you like. And then I have this contraption that was created for me as well. I'm going to pick up the camera so you can see. It has a handle. It's actually a version of the loop-de-loo, but a bigger one. And to my liking of how I wanted to create. And it's on a piece of board. It has another hook here, and then this is the bottom of it right there. I have it set really tight with these clamps on my desk, but it's quite big. So let me see if I can do this so you can see it. This is definitely large. Okay, so that's pretty much how I'm going to start this, and I'm going to show you what I have to do to create. I'm hoping that you can see the way this is made. We'll try it and we'll see. All right, let's get started. Here is the macrame cord. And what I usually do is I start with, before I cut it, I will put it on my hook. Okay? And how I usually do that is I just tie a knot. It's pretty simple. Now you can tie 2 if you like, but try not to do too many because it will get tied up while you're turning it like this, okay? Then I will go over to here, and I don't know if you can see it. Let's see. Put that right there. There we go. And then I will tie it onto here. Cut this and make another knot. Just a regular knot like you would tie your shoelace. But you definitely want it to be really tug and tight because it's going to be turning. Let me show you with the camera here. See the way it's tied? And it's tied on this end too. Now the only thing with this is it's a little loose. I don't like that, so I'm going to try and tighten it up a little bit more. That's good. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to show you how I'm doing this. Make sure that's nice and tight. Now the first thing is you want to choose the colors of your bracelet. I'm going to go with some really off colors because this is just for tutorial use only. So I'm going to start off with I'm going to go with the shades of pink. I think, well, I don't have any more pink here. I didn't pull any pink. Maybe we'll go with some of these colors right here. You want to know what your base color is too first, because that's what's going to show up a whole lot more than anything else. Like the base color of this was blue. And then if I show you really close, you can see some purples in it. So what color do you want to use first? So this is the pink. It's almost like a hot pink. Okay. This, what I think is the most, not the most difficult, but you have to be careful of how you tie it. I'm going to get the camera a little bit more down here. Here you go. Now I have my string. Okay, there's the end. I'm going to place it right on here. Actually, you're going to loop it. Okay, you're going to loop it first, like so. Place it in here, and then you're going to tie it. And the reason for that is it just makes it a little bit more stronger. Okay, so now you got this little string, this loop, and again, it's really based on what you, and then you're going to do another one. It's based on how you're going to be doing these. You're going to be creating them, and you're going to change it 100 different times on the way you like it. This is just how you get it started. Okay, so there you go. Don't worry about this loop. It's going to get actually entwined with everything else. Okay, just want to take that off. All right, so now we have this. Okay, this would be nice. I mean, I also have a holder for this, but not for just for purposes of what we're doing. I'm just going to hold it. Now you're going to just start to turn this, and it doesn't matter what side you're using. Okay. And you want to make sure that this piece, it can go wherever it wants to because it's going to get entwined with everything else. You're just going to keep going and going. Now, it's very loose. When I say loose, we're not making it tight. If you can see, there's a lot of space in between that, and that's what you want to create. You want to create a lot of space. Okay, so I'm just rolling it around. I'm going to keep going all the way to the end. Keep turning it. And now I'm going to go back the other way. And you're going to see as I come back towards this way. I don't think the camera's getting it. All right, here we go. If you notice, look, see where I'm going to try to go a little slower. Let me see if I can get a little closer so you can see it. See, I'm holding it nice and taut. And just keep going and going and going. Keep going. Now, when you have your loop-de-loo, it will be fine. You can do this on the loop-de-loo. I just wanted to use the bigger one. Now we're going to go back this way. And you just keep doing this until you get to the full color you want. I'm not even going to go to the very end because I don't think the camera's going to show you. I'm going to come back around. Okay. See how the color's coming back? There you go. See, it's right here now. Now, when I have it this way, I'm going to turn it this way and start doing it like this. I think I'm not going to go all the way since the camera's not going to go there. So I'm going to show you what it looks like if I kept go back and forth. This is when you get to the very end over there. You're just going to go and keep going and keep going. Now that's towards my left. Now I'm going to go to the right. Keep going. I think a spindle would probably work better, right? Those old-fashioned spindles. And then I'm going to go back around. Come back here to the left. And then I'm going to go here. This is going to be a little bit. That's why I think I'm not going to do the whole entire piece. And it does make a lot of noise. This little contraption that we've created. Okay. I will show you on the loop-de-loo how it looks like too. And you just keep going back and forth, and as you can see, you're getting a red cord. And just keep going back and forth, back and forth. Now, if you want to change color, you can do so. You want to make sure you have a nice, you can cut your string, make sure you have a nice long piece. And you're just going to make sure that you hold it tight, because if you loosen it up, it's all going to unravel. And you're just going to hold it tight. I have it around my fingers. I'm just going to make a regular knot. And there we go. There's the regular knot. And then we have another knot. Make another knot. And there you go. It's not going anywhere. So here's where I'm going to cut it. And then I'm going to introduce another color into it. I think I'm just going to do, let's see, this one. Okay. And when you do introduce a new color to it, you're just going to tie it like you did it initially with the first one. These are all going to be covered. You're not going to even see it. Okay. Make a little cut there. Up there. Oops, I just cut this straight. Never mind. That's a good mistake, right? I tend to do that a lot. There we go. Okay. Then you're going to grab your string and you're going to start with the new color. Let's get all these other little pieces away. Okay. And you start. And you're going to see, you see these little flyaways? I don't know if you can see them. Let me see if I can move the camera a little bit closer. You are definitely going to cover those. They're going to flatten down. Flatten down. And you can see how I'm going one way. I'm going back this way. Going back this way. You're not going to even see those colors. And of course, I'm doing it rather quickly, but I think you get the idea. You're just going to keep going back and forth, like little zigzags. You don't have to do zigzags, but this is the best way that I like the colors created. Okay, let's say you're done. You're going to cut this, and then you're going to tie it off, just like a knot. Just like a regular knot. It's a little slippery. All right, here we go. And there you go. Now, when you're done, you're just going to cut these off. Now, of course, it's not complete, but I wanted to give you the idea of, see, this is how it starts. And you just keep going and going, and you're going to get something like this. All right, so let's show you the loop-de-loo, because I'm sure not a lot of people are going to start to create this humongous thing that I've created. All right, so I'm going to put this away. I'm going to show you the loop-de-loo. And I think to start off, the loop-de-loo is really nice because it gives you an idea of how everything is going to work out in smaller versions. Okay, so I still have my cord. Now with the loop-de-loo, they have these little notches. You're just going to go ahead and tie that off. Okay, And then I'm going to do it to the other side. I do give myself, I'll show you this way. I do give myself a lot more string because I'm doing this with one hand because I'm holding the camera. Let's see if I could do this with one hand. Here we go. Oh my gosh, I impressed myself. Okay, so you want to make sure it's nice and tight on both ends. And I apologize that I don't have a better way of showing you this. Let's see if I move this up. Go like this. Okay, here we go. This might be a little bit better because it's much smaller. Okay. So this is what you have to be careful. Make sure that they're on the hooks themselves, not on the ends of them. Right here. Take that off a little bit. Make it a little bit more tighter. Okay. Here we go. Here is the pink. I'm going to go ahead and tie this off like this. Okay, you want to do definitely 2 knots. You can, like I said, you don't have to cut that off, but because it's going to mix right into the string itself. So let's get started. I'm starting over here. I'm going to turn it. And as you can see, I am going all the way. Now see how definitely this is quicker because it's smaller. I'm going to go back around. And sometimes it has a tendency to get caught up because I'm doing it really rather quick. So I think the loop-de-loop likes to go a little slower. You just keep working your way back and forth. And it does take some time. I mean, we're dealing with very thin string. Going back and forth. So this video is just for the sole purpose on how I created those corded bracelets. And that's pretty much it. And you just got to keep going until you like the color. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stop this right now. And I'm going to show you, like I mentioned, we're going to get some string here, cut that off. And how I finish this off is just by a knot. Now, if this was the last piece, of course, if this was, like I was done and this was the very last piece, I would create the knot right up there. So then you wouldn't be able to see it. And I'm going to just knot that off right there. With this, you don't really have to cut it. You just take it off because these are very slippery. And there you go. I know it's not a finished piece, but you get the idea. And when you do finish it off, you're going to cut these knots off, right? And you're going to grab an end. I mean, you can use anything. You can place your, get this on here. Just get some glue. You're going to stick it right in there. And then that's going to glue, right? This isn't the right size, but I think you get the idea. Then once you've glued that, you can use your hooks. You can embellish however you want to. And if you wanted to create this little loop, all you have to do is just bend it like this. And then I used embroidery floss, but for video purposes, let's say this is, I mean, you can even use this. You just keep wrapping it around here like so. And until you get the color or the desired loop you want. And you just keep, let's see, you get that in the camera. There you go. Okay. And then that would create your little loop. make sure you use your glue. Once you've tied this off, you want to make sure there's glue and everything on there. But that's how I would do the end of it. Okay, that's how I would finish it off. And then you can put anything you want. This is a paper bead. And then to hook it on, this is how we usually, I got this, I created a little loop here, and then we get our hooks. And there we go. There's our bracelet. Okay. It does take time, so you have to be patient and just choose your colors accordingly. And you can hang all kinds of charms from here. It's really a nice bracelet to have, and it's secured. I have never had a problem with this unraveling. Of course, I use glue in my my ends. I've created so many, especially with these. You could put these on the ends. All right, so there we go. There is the threaded cord that I've created. You can also make necklaces. That's where I have the larger contraption for the necklaces. This one's good for just the bracelets. But I will link everything below, and I hope you have fun with it because I know I did. And if you'd like, you can visit bellybeads.com. I'm also going to have some of these in my shop if you'd like to just purchase them as is. If not, then I will also link all the threads that I purchased it from. So you can start your bracelet today. All right, well, have fun. Thanks, everyone. And if you like this video, please subscribe and click the link for any information that you need. All right, thanks, everyone. Bye.